I like this. Go. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, all well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. Hope my girl could forgive me living life like a star. All red bottoms looking like I walked on the scene. Homicide damage with the pills. Young nigga came up still running from the system. Caught his homeboy stealing out the pack, so he clipped him. Been feeling down, need somebody for the lift. He been fighting with his girl cause he said it down film. Mama say that he got drugs in his system. New image old me, so they miss him. How the fuck I supposed to act with my father in the prison? Tell another nigga listen back then, I ain't listen. Real player with some young niggas round me, crib. With some old heads out of jail, leave a nigga miss. Lot of money, but they still don't understand how I'm living. From the streets to the can, either way I'm living. Put my rip a nigga up, 1 second in a minute. Tell a nigga hit me up if he really got tension. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, all well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. Hope my girl could forgive me living life like a star. What I say? Press the button and the door open up. Let my nigga out the whip. Ain't no shooting out the rave. Got the back and the front sold up. Tell me spin around the block right before you catch a play. Came home, started selling AA. Got some dog food on me with some act in the case. Got a K right in my home if you ran in my place. Put a bullet in his dome once it exit his face. On my knees, praying to God, telling him I'm going home if I don't live up to going hard. One night I ain't go home, girl, acting crazy cause she mad that I'm living like a star. Bitch, I'm straight up out them trenches, I ain't never had a heart. And I'm plugged in the socket, I ain't never had a car. And you want the fancy things, so you better play your part. Told that bitch you don't work, then I swear you gon' starve. My nigga telling me to praise to Allah. With some cold-blooded killers standing right in front of y'all. Everybody got a pistol, neither one got a heart. Selling drugs, every fight, it was hard in the north. But I say, all well, all praise to my God. Left a stain in the street when we spin out the car. Red bandana tie around the road. Hope my girl could forgive me living life like a star. Like a star, yeah.
We back.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen of the Bookit Sports community, and happy Monday. Happy Monday, Josh. What's going on, dude?
Happy Monday.
How you doing, man?
Good. How about yourself?
A little nervous.
A little nervous for the game?
Yeah, it's a Knicks Monday. It's
Knicks
game
Monday.
4 Monday. Well, we talked about it last episode. It's definitely must win today. I don't want to jump right into the Knicks game, but it's definitely must win today. There's just a lot of nerves around it. I will say this. I do think it's really funny. I was on the phone this morning and I literally said, I was like, there's a part of me that's like really, really, really nervous for this game because I think this could be the game where, the documentary is made about the Celtics team and it is they went down to the Knicks 2-0 early and then came back and won 4 straight. And like there is a reality in which that happens. But I was on the phone this morning and I basically was talking about the game a little bit and I was a little nervous. And I said, there is a part of me that's like, if the Knicks just go out and lose tonight and then lose game 5 and then lose game 6, at least I could just not care about sports for a very long time. You know what I mean? Like it'd be the last team that like I would be like, oh man, like I can really just dial in on like watching Arian Smith run routes at rookie minicamp, like then I could really dial into like the things that don't matter. I could just shut the hell up and take the fever every single night.
Well,
like
that you'll be
there are
caring
some
about.
things I can look forward to, but it'd be nice to not have the stress. Like, dude, when I tell you, me and my buddies went to a little brunch on Saturday to watch the game.
Mm-hmm.
And, I knew the Knicks were going to spawn down 15 because apparently we just have no ability to start the game like we want to win the game.
Mm-hmm.
It's just you have to wait till the second half. And, being down 27 would just be brutality in the first half. So I just kind of moved on from the game. But, it ruins not my whole day, but it's just like, because we talked about it, I'm doing better at not letting it affect the way I treat people around me or like actually ruin my day. But there's a part of me that throughout the day is just like, man, that sucked.
I think, yeah, that's the same.
Like it doesn't ruin my day. Like I'm still in a good mood. Like I ended up going out with my buddies and I was like in a good mood, like having fun. We were doing whatever. But like, there's just definitely a part of me that just like
every like
in a silent moment,
every like 30 minutes, you like think like, fuck, if you would have fucking made that shit. Something like that. Like that's,
I can't even do that when you lose by 30.
Well, yeah. But that's kind of what it's like. It's like, just like you remember like a moment in the game. You're like, God.
Well, yeah, it's just literally that's it. Like in those silent moments, I'm waiting for the bartender to like see me and get his attention. And then I have a moment to myself and I just go, shit, that game sucked.
Can I get a espresso martini?
Yeah. Dude, that's literally it, dude.
Yeah.
That's literally it. And make no mistake, I wore a Jalen Brunson jersey to the outdoor bar that we went to, and immediately after was like, yeah, we have to go back to my apartment so I can change. So I had to change. Like I had to change. I just couldn't.
It's not like we're in Boston or anything. No one really cares.
I know, but I couldn't brandish the Brunson jersey out down 30.
That's fair.
You know,
That's fair. Everyone always looks at that guy later in the night like, this dude's still out after his team got blown out.
like, dude, nice shirt, idiot. Shit. I will say though, I had a pretty it was a pretty low-key weekend. I didn't go out on Friday, so I'm staying true to what I said last week on the episode. I am doing 1 day a weekend, which is nice. Stayed out on Friday, watched a little bit more Landman. You know what I did watch this weekend though that I wanted to talk to you about? I don't know what you did this weekend. I mean, obviously I would love to know. There was a lot of sports that happened, but dude, I watched the Theo von Mark Zuckerberg podcast.
I did not see that. I didn't even know they did that.
Yeah. He's an interesting character.
Zuck.
Yeah, he's an interesting character. I will say I was pretty dialed in when he was doing the whole like Congress thing when they found out he was selling data and like doing all that really like, bad stuff.
Yeah.
And
like saying things were false when they weren't false.
Yeah, 100%. Like that was very weird when they were like, so you've never done that? And he was like, no, we've never done that. Like, I have evidence of you doing it.
Yeah.
Like I remember those
days.
Like,
maybe we did do that.
Like I remember those days.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what, dude, I listened to that podcast. First, you know, I had to say out loud. Literally, I said it out loud. I was like, one of my dreams is to be on the Theo Von podcast. Like one day I will do a podcast episode with Theo Von. I don't know what I'm going to have to do. Poetic Sticks, bro, does not have a conversation. He just be overtaking buddy. Yeah, that's true. I don't know what that means.
I don't know what that means either.
I do talk over you a lot, and I need to stop doing that.
I don't think that. You definitely didn't just talk over me.
No, I do interrupt you though frequently.
I feel like it's just like on accident though. It's not like you're like trying to talk over me. It's like you think I'm done talking. And I'm not.
I also have vicious ADHD brain where once I have a thought, if I don't immediately say it, I will forget it.
Yeah, I do that sometimes too.
But I watch this podcast.
And like it only makes sense for like that 1 second of the conversation. If it's like 5 seconds past, you're like, fuck, it's gone.
Yes, dude. Yes, dude. I have the worst.
Bringing it up.
I have the worst. Or maybe he was talking about
yucky.
Yeah, maybe he was talking about that. Poetic Sticks. You talking about us or Zuckerberg? Because both apply. No, but so I watched that podcast, dude, and it seems like because he actually came off not that bad, dude. It seemed like they put him through human being training.
Yeah, they definitely did. Dude, do you remember? I don't know if you remember, like during COVID, he did like an interview from his house. And he had like shelves behind him, and there was a thing of barbecue sauce on the shelf, like in his living room. Do you remember that? I'm gonna find that fucking picture. It's actually insane. It's actually insane.
Well, do you remember the video when he talked about smoking meats? Just here smoking meats with my friends. We're just smoking meats. Like, dude, you are a robot.
He is the worst. I think that he does come off like a little better now. Like he does seem like he's gone through some like people training. That's literally what it sounds like. Or what it seems like, but I just don't think he has a spine. I think he'll just flip to any side that benefits him the most. I think it's kind of what it is.
Well, he went through the classic freaking Jack Harlow school of like somehow becoming like a good-looking dude after being an absolute robot.
His hair is sick now. I'll give him that.
Like it just feels like
sick now.
If you just saw that podcast, Josh, I think there's a lot of people that if they watched that and didn't know anything about Mark Zuckerberg, you'd actually go, "Wow, he is actually a pretty cool dude." But having known about Zuck for a very long time, it seems like they put him through human being training because the robot Josh will come out in him because he talks about spending time with his kids and he goes, I dedicate 30 minutes each day to each kid and they have an activity they have to do. One of the activities he does, Josh, and maybe it'll end up working out for him, his 9-year-old daughter, they read through every news headline.
Interesting.
Like news headlines, not like
kids news. Headlines.
Yeah, like actual news Like he said, they sit down and for 30 minutes they will read through news like murder in Austin, Texas, and you're like, dude, this 9 years old, brother. At 9 years old, I just wanted my dad to dress up as a Power Ranger and run around the house.
That is very true. Just throw a ball. Throw me a ball,
Dad. Can you throw me this tennis ball? Meanwhile, he gets home and he's talking to his daughter. India and Pakistan is heating up over, and it's like, dude, what?
Yeah, what are you talking? I also love when people call me Yuck. It's so funny. Yuckerberg. Here, wait, look, this picture, dude. Please tell me you remember this picture with the barbecue sauce literally in his living room on the shelf. He's got Sweet Baby Ray's on the shelf.
You know how much of a barbecue fanatic you got to be to have the sauce in the office?
Dude, like, what do you do with that fucking sauce, though? And it's sealed. It's not open. You can tell it's not open.
You don't think
he was sealed sauce?
You don't think he was using it?
No, I mean, I don't know, dude. I literally think
That's got to
like,
be he's eating.
I think that's like he has nothing in his home, and it's like, oh, we got to fill his background with something, and the sauce the only thing else he has. It's like we just need to put something there. We need to fill the space.
Can you get the Sweet Baby Ray's out of the fridge, babe? I need to fill this shelf.
Insane.
You tell me that guy doesn't have books?
He's got a couple books.
No, but I'm saying you didn't have more books to put on the other shelf. Just wanted the Sweet Baby Ray's out of the fridge.
It's the honey barbecue one too. Looks like not the normal one.
Well, he's a big smoker. He likes to smoke his meats.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe he was eating in the office. I don't know. That's an insane thing to put behind
He
you.
definitely just
He's a robot.
He just heard that smoking meats is kind of cool. So he started smoking meats.
Mark Zuckerberg is the guy that sees a post on X that's getting clowned, but that everyone's like, oh, this is guys will see this and say that's sick. And he'll be like, guys smoking meats. And it's like a meme. And he'll go, oh, smoking meats is cool. I need to smoke meats.
It. Yeah, that's literally it. I want to be like that guy.
Yeah, literally.
I want to be that cool.
But yeah, so I watched that interview. That was pretty interesting. What'd you do this weekend? Anything good?
Saturday, nothing. My parents were still here. I dropped them off at the airport.
Nice.
Sunday played golf.
How'd you do?
We were cracked out. Me and one of my buddies were 4 under through 9 scrambling.
No way.
And then ended up 1 over. We kind of shot like shit on the back, but the front 9 was insane.
That's just a good feeling when you're just dialed in.
Feeling. It was such a good feeling. I literally and we only used like 2 of his shots probably. It was like literally all me probably. Wow. We got a natural eagle on a par 5.
No way.
It's pretty sick.
Holy shit.
He backpacked me on that hole. I hit one OB and then he hit the fairway. And then I hit the green and then I made the putt for eagle. It was massive.
That's actually good.
Yeah.
Any swing oil or no? Are you just raw dogging that?
Am I what?
That round. Any swing oil? Or are you just raw dogging that? Round?
No, we got some swing oil. We got a couple nooners going. A couple nooners flowing, yeah. They didn't have any transfusion stuff. I was like, can I get a transfusion? She goes, yeah. Actually, I'm out of ginger ale and grape juice. Like, so we can't have one. That's the only thing that's in it besides vodka. So you have the vodka.
Yeah, so hold on. I got the vodka. Yeah. You guys want vodka shots?
And then she said that. I was like, okay. Do you have like high noons or something? She's like, yeah, we got that. Like, why do you say yes? And you're like, oh, we're actually out of both things that you need to make it.
Can I get a transfusion? Yeah. The only thing we don't have is the grape juice, the ginger on the ice. So I have vodka if you want that.
It was insane.
Wait, what?
It was insane.
Dude, really funny story just about like missing ingredients. My dad will occasionally snap into Karen mode. And we were overseas in England. And we were at this restaurant. And my dad loves an iced tea. Sometimes he can be a little bit of a dick. And I'll have to check him sometimes. Go, hey. But this time I just let him go because I thought it was so funny. We're at this restaurant. And he goes, can I get an iced tea? She goes, unfortunately, we don't have that. He's like, okay. Do you have like tea, like hot tea? She goes, yeah. He goes, do you have ice? He's like, yeah, we have ice. And then he just stared at her. But I don't think she actually put one and two together.
Yeah.
So he was like, did one of these. And then she just kept staring at him and like nodding her head. And then he just goes, I'll just have a water. But she walked in and go, God, you're such a dick. Like, who does like?
I mean, dude,
you got hot tea?
I mean, to be fair though, that's not really a dick move when you're like, I mean, it's so obvious. It's like he's trying to give her the opportunity to be smart, to feel smart, and she did not take that advantage.
You want to put those together, or you need help getting
actually insane. Dude, Carmen's stepdad would go to every restaurant. He goes, "Can I get some water with some frozen water?" Some water with ice.
I'm not gonna lie, as a not very bright person, that would freeze me.
I know. I'd be like, "What the fuck are you talking about?"
As
water.
You said that, it took me a minute to register. So I can't even imagine as a server, if I was like, hey guys, Zoom, what can I get you to start? And someone said that, I would be frozen.
It gets Carmen so mad. She's like, can you just fucking say ice water?
Or just say water. They're going to put the ice in it anyway.
Yeah. Some water with some frozen water.
Sure. I actually hate when parents, and I'm sure everyone's parents has done this. I hate being at the dinner with like parents and they have a parent spaz.
Like
on
what?
the waiter. Your parents ever had a parent with like, if you don't get the right thing you ordered, or if you ordered something and it's not doing, or they're not doing like something. Like there's only been a couple times in my life where my dad has restaurant spazzed, and it is just the worst. Like you're sitting there the whole time just like, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop, please stop.
Yeah, no, that's never happened to me. Never at a restaurant. My parents aren't like super picky about that. Whenever my parents are buying something, my mom is like impossible to be around. It's like buying a new car, like
yeah, but that's good. I'm such a bitch.
It's
when it comes to
good, but
buying a
dude,
car.
it's so embarrassing. Like it is so embarrassing. Like dude, we were buying furniture and like we went into like the store and we were like, yeah, just show us like nightstands or whatever. We'd go up to one. My mom would be like, that's hideous. Like to the person. It's like, you can just say you don't like it. Like we can go look at another one. It's not like they're like making you buy this thing.
Dude, that would
But it's like, and the person's like, okay.
that
Like,
would make me so uncomfortable.
I know. It's like, can you just not be like over the top?
Only because I have no spine when it comes to doing stuff like that. Like I will literally be doing that activity and I could be by myself and I'll be looking at stuff and I'll be like, oh, that actually is really cool. And I will hate it.
Yeah, but you can.
So
you
I
can
almost
say
respect
that.
when you can just
You
go,
can say that
that
and be,
sucks.
yeah, you can be like, I don't like that's fine, but like I don't know if I like that much. You know what I mean? Like I don't know if that's right for the room. You could say that. Not that is
fucking hideous.
Yeah.
I honestly respect. I kind of like that even more. Just like at least they know. You know, because I'll like lead the person astray, being like, yeah, oh, that actually is pretty nice.
Yeah. You like, dude, you go to the car dealership. It's like, yes, car's gonna cost $36,500. It's pretty much the best we can do for you. She goes, no. There's no like rebuttal. It's like, you need to give us money off on this. She's like, no, we're not paying that much money.
Dude, your mom is sick.
Yeah.
I wish I was like that.
She's
I
very
wish
straightforward
like
when
that.
it comes to stuff like that. Yeah.
I can do 32 a month, and that's best. No.
That's literally what it's like. That my dad doesn't even go with her anymore. He just go buy a fucking car because like I don't even want to hear. Like I don't want to be part of this.
It's not even negotiating.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
Yeah, it's not negotiating.
What do you do as the guy? You're like, honestly, it's the best place to be
Dude.
in if you're buying that car because you go, okay, what are you gonna say? Because I just said no.
Yeah, exactly.
You're not gonna make me leave because I know you need this.
You're not gonna kick me out of here. Yeah, no. It's actually like people in Mexico fucking hate her. The people that bargain with you selling shit. Oh my god,
They've never got one over.
they've never got one over on her ever.
You know what though? I don't know why car sales is like the last bastion of like why can you purchase everything else easily but cars nightmare.
Yeah, I know it is so hard,
Like,
and it makes
don't
no
understand.
sense. Like they get it for way less than they sell it for, and like
Way less.
clearly because like you can literally get like $5,000-$10,000 off cars sometimes.
Yeah,
And like
almost more.
yeah, it makes no sense. It depends what car it is. Yeah, but yeah, I have no idea. It's also hilarious. So like, I mean, Carvana's kind of got to figure it out where you can like just like go online and buy the car. Like at the same time, like it's something that you want to test drive and like see if you actually like it. It's a pretty big investment. It's like a house, like half a house.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. It is kind of funny though, going in there and just seeing her. I just sit like if I'm ever with her, I'm just sitting down like very far away
On the phone.
Yeah,
The whole time.
just on Twitter the entire time. Yeah, it is crazy. She's gonna watch us hopefully, and she'll know like she knows that she does that too.
No. I think that's awesome. I wish I might need your mom to come with me next time I get my car. I got bullied last time, dude.
Yeah,
Bullied. I'm talking like bullied.
She becomes the bully. She sets tone too, like right away.
It's like I should come and just knock.
Yeah, literally right away.
That's what you need though, dude. I'm gonna need like when I have kids, I need to be able to step up and be the bully in those scenarios because I get bullied.
Yeah, my
and they
dad
know
is,
too.
like,
They come in and I reek of fresh meat. Like I reek of fresh meat.
my dad's like the complete opposite and like does not want to like argue with random people or like even like really talk to random people. He's like pretty much like just leave me out of it and you go figure it out.
Mm-hmm.
And she like could not be more opposite. Could not be more opposite.
I might need to need your mom up and moving.
Dude, I wish
time.
we can
need
just
to make a
like
big
have like
purchase.
we can just go shopping for something one time. She's down here and you'll just see. It's auto.
I just love the no.
Like there's no negotiation. It's just no, we're not doing that. All right, so what do you want us to do? I don't know. You figure it out. I'm not paying that much money.
not even having like a rebuttal.
Yeah, that's
Just like, no.
Yeah.
Not even offering like a give and take of like maybe we could no. That's actually awesome. It was probably helpful buying a house or whatever you guys did, but
no, she wasn't down here. Thank God. We wouldn't have gotten the house. The people would have been like, yeah, you can't buy this house.
That's awesome. But yeah, I mean, it was a good weekend. I took it kind of slow. other than Saturday. Friday was very cool, dude. A lot happened in sports. Obviously, over the weekend, a lot of series now, even in the NHL, are really starting to take shape, and I think we're starting to see a lot of things. I mean, let's start with the Knicks game. I mean, I don't have much to say about it, honestly. I don't know if you watched the game.
I did.
We just came out so flat, and I was talking to one of my buddies about it. The frustrating thing about the Knicks right now is if we're going to beat Boston in 4 games, at some point we're going to have to start competing from the tip. Like, it feels like for the past literally 3 games, we're waiting until we're down to start playing. Like, we come out so slow, and I give the Celtics a lot of credit. I think that's what makes a really great team in Boston is, and I think the reason why we've been able to get over them is that Boston is very consistent, other than the first 2 games of, just completely crapping down their leg in the last quarter. But Boston is consistent. Like, every quarter, someone's going to get you a bucket. It doesn't matter. And it feels like for the Knicks, if Brunson's not on and Cat's on, it doesn't feel like we make that emphasis to start going to Cat. And the minute that second unit comes in, there's only one scoring option, it feels like. Whereas the Celtics, the reason why it's so hard, they have 5 scoring options every time they're on the floor, dude. And it's like, shit.
Yeah, like when Peyton Pritchard checks in, it's like he might be the best scorer on the floor now.
Literally. And it's, you can give him 3 threes. He's going to make 2 of them.
Yeah.
He's going to make 2 of them, whether you contest it or not. Whereas when Deuce McBride comes off the bench or Campaign, when that 3 goes up, it's not even 50-50 that it's going in. Sometimes it feels like 25-75.
Yeah.
Whereas with them, I'm more relieved when Peyton Pritchard misses versus I'm like relieved when Deuce makes one, because you're like, oh my God, I'm expecting them to miss. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Dude,
whereas with the Celtics, I'm expecting them to make it.
I thought we were going to get another vintage Campaign game. When he came in and made that tough ass floater, I'm like, he is not going to stop shooting. And then he fucking missed the next 3. Then you knew it was done.
Then it's over, dude. If he doesn't stack them.
Yeah, he needs to stack 4. He needs 4, and then 4 turns into 10, like super fast.
I also saw a clip, dude, that, and this is one of the things that that was really frustrating to me. And that's been a little frustrating is I saw a clip today of Jalen Brunson in the Sixers series, and he was just a different kind of locked in and a different kind of turned up in terms of it felt like he was really popping his stuff, talking, being pissed off. And it doesn't seem like we've really gotten that out of him. Not that he seems like he's going through the motions in these games, but the best Jalen Brunson is when he is talking and he is going at you and he is yelling at the crowd. And I think that's where, and we've talked about it before, even in the regular season, we don't really have an energy guy in our starting 5 that will do that. And I do think we've underutilized Campaign. He's performed in really big playoff series. Yeah. And I wouldn't mind more Campaign minutes just because he's one big defensive stop and screaming and getting everyone else fired up. Like I remember being in the Garden, and even if he's missing his shots and he's 0 for 4, like you were always one big Campaign play away from him getting not only the crowd into it, but it felt like getting guys like Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson reinvigorated. And I feel like not using him enough is a little frustrating. Like I wouldn't mind 15 campaign minutes a game, dude.
I agree.
Like he's a good defender. He can stay in front of his guys.
Pesky too. Like he doesn't foul very much either on defense, but like he touches you a lot. Like he gets his hands on you and pulls it off. Like he just makes it weird. He just kind of like makes you uncomfortable, it seems like.
And I will say
he can get sauced every once in a while too, but it's like, he's the type of player that's going to sell out on defense to make the big play on offense, like to like get the team that extra boost they need.
Like he loves taking a charge.
Yeah, he loves taking a charge. He loves wrapping around a dude and trying to pick his pocket and then go out on a fast break. Like those are guys that you kind of need though. Like, because when they're in the game, if they're only getting 14 minutes a game, like he makes 2 of those plays.
2 of those plays can change the entire DNA of the game, dude. Yeah. And I think too, you're sitting here going, wow, we're really talking about Campaign, but like stuff like that matters to me in the playoffs. And I do think, there's a huge discourse right now, and it's either you trust Hibbs or you just complain. And I'm going to complain a little bit. I do think I agree with the comment from Get the Napkin, something that Nick's Twitter has been talking about a lot. Josh Hart should probably be coming off the bench with Mitch Robinson starting. Mitch Robinson's one of the only guys that's had a positive plus minus this entire series. And yeah, the hack a Shaq strategy on him works, but dude, he makes it so much harder for them to find a rhythm on offense when he's in the game for the Celtics.
Yeah.
And I think if you're bringing guys like Josh Hart and Campaign off the bench, attacking a second unit with that kind of energy and then being able to give them longer minutes, I would love to see how that rotation works. But I think that's where Joe Mazzulla and Thibs differ, is that Joe Mazzulla is not afraid to make a DNA change to his team, whereas Thibs feels like he's very stuck in his ways. Like it's worked and it'll work again.
Yeah.
And I feel like you can't do the same thing every game in the playoffs. Like you can't.
Yeah. I just wonder if Robinson has been so good because he's playing against the second unit. You know what I mean?
Fair
It's
enough,
like if he
too.
goes and starts, I don't know too. He has been unbelievable on defense, but he is a liability on the offensive end. Like he literally can't do anything. And I feel like they look at Josh Hart as like kind of the same type of guy, but can play both ways.
I think too, we talked about it a little bit. It's going to go through OG. When OG has a great game, we win
It's gonna
games.
win.
And I think
You're
that's something I think you even brought up in the first round against Detroit. And I think that's something that's kind of gone under the radar a little bit is he's probably, and I'm not saying this to demean Jalen Brunson, he's probably the most important player on the team. Whereas we don't have, and I think this is the problem in our starting five because Cat has been so inconsistent lately. There's not a second option right now. It feels as though if Jalen Brunson comes down the floor, gets a high screen, doesn't get to his spot, backs out, doesn't get to his spot again, someone else needs to score. Mikal Bridges has been ice cold. Josh Hart, is good for maybe a couple buckets a game.
Yeah.
It has to be OG. Like he has to be averaging 20 points per game if we're going to make an Eastern Conference final and we're going to beat this Celtics team. But that's what I'm really looking for tonight. And I put him in a lot of prize picks lineups as OG fantasy score. Because there's I do think there is a massive correlation to him having his worst game of the series and us losing the worst we lost this series.
Yeah. I also think that the stuff that the Celtics did to you guys to start the game, like kind of threw you guys off a little bit, like Tatum guarding Cat.
Yep.
That was weird.
Very
and
weird.
He did a very good job guarding, which it kind of makes sense. Cat doesn't really like going down low that much. Like he'll fight for rebounds, but he's crashing from the 3-point line to fight for that rebound. So maybe that's Missoula's adjustments, honestly.
And dude, I will say, Josh, I think Missoula is now in the mindset of I'm okay with letting Cat trying to beat us because Cat, I don't think can beat you. And I think he kind of proved it.
Too.
But I think he kind of proved it too in the Detroit series. When Cat has a great game, we win by 1 or 2 points when he's the main guy. If Brunson's on, we win by 11, 15, 7 points. And I think maybe that's where Joe Mazzulla, after the first 2 games, went, let's just put Cat in a position where he has to dictate the pace. Let's put a guy like Tatum on him and make them go, that's a massive mismatch. We have to get Cat the ball and see if he's smart enough to make the right decisions or if he's good enough to be able to take Jason Tatum on and then field a double and still score. And I think that's what you're going to look at tonight again, is probably making a commitment to having Cat dictate the tempo of your Boston instead of Brunson.
A lot of missed layups last
So
game.
many,
He missed so many layups. Jalen missed a couple layups.
It just feels like we don't do the little things. That's what is frustrating when you play a team like Boston, is they expose you because they do the little things so well and they knock down open jumpers. The Knicks don't do the little things very well, and we don't make a lot of open jumpers.
Yeah.
Nothing ever seems easy.
No, it does not. It does not. Nothing seemed easy for the Celtics in game 2, though, so it could flip on its head.
But yeah, I mean, this is the reality of the situation. I mean, we talked about it, talking about the media, making fun of the media. This is a must-win game, dude. You can't go back to Boston 2-2, for sure. No, you can't.
Yeah, because you are like stealing 2 there already. Like you're not going to beat them again at home.
No.
Unless it's game 7, but not game 5.
We need to start having some pride at home.
I know.
Like the Garden should feel like a fortress. Like we can't keep dropping these games at home.
Was it just me, or like is the crowd almost too much? Like starting the game and every possession that the Knicks have, they're on their feet screaming as loud as they possibly can. Like I feel like that's just like a little much. I don't know if that just like, obviously it's an insane atmosphere and it's the fucking playoffs, but like you're putting, like you should be doing that when you're on defense, not when you're on offense. Like put the pressure on the other team, not your own team. Like you, like that's like football. Like football, like everyone's quiet when your team's on offense and you're cheering when your team's on defense. I didn't really understand that. They were doing the entire first half too.
No, dude, I agree. I mean, but this is the thing about it. They're just so horny.
They are horny.
The Knicks haven't had meaningful playoff basketball since last year in a decade.
No, I know, yeah.
And I think they're just so horny. They just want to be a part of a home win, and they still haven't gotten one. Like
no, I know.
Detroit came in, stole it.
Yeah.
Like they're just too horny. It's like when your buddy's too horny at the bar. You're like, dude, you need to relax. Like, this is not going to work for you if you don't just chill out, dude.
dude,
And
I
I
would
think
just,
that's
like-
the reality. Timothy Chalamet's courtside, 50 Cent. Like, they just bring it, and everyone's just so horny.
I get that.
And sometimes too horny doesn't work.
I get it. I was just shocked. It was like, dude, these guys, like, they were playing like they were nervous, and it sounded like they should be nervous because they were getting fucking, like, that stadium was so loud when they were on offense.
I mean,
Every missed bucket was, going the other way.
I mean, how about ESPN tweeting the entire Knicks fan base cheering on Mitchell Robinson as he takes free throws? It's bigger than basketball. What the hell are you talking
What does it
about?
even mean?
Just because he's freaking broken at the line and they're supporting him doesn't mean it's bigger than like, they have just completely lost plot.
Yeah, I know they have. That it is hilarious. They treat him like a make-a-wish at the line. It is pretty funny.
Honestly, we should just be handing out Xanax at the door. Just everybody relax. Just relax.
Relax.
Just relax. You don't have to be this horny. Wait till the fourth quarter.
Need some blue juice. That's the last thing they need. In that
Yeah, they don't need to be torqued up.
Yeah, that is
They
the
don't need to be
last thing.
torqued up, dude. Other than that, I mean, you're seeing a Pacers team that I think is proving me wrong on a nightly basis. I think now seeing them do that when Darius Garland is playing meant a lot for me, at least as a Pacers hater.
Mhm.
This Pacers team, I think you're right. Everyone's good.
Everyone does their
Yeah,
job.
everyone just does their job, and nobody really seems like they have an attitude or feels like they're the guy other than Tyrese Halliburton, who's just fake guy. Just so you guys know, I've been doing this show for 2 years now. My mom will still call me while we're on air. I've been doing this show for fucking 2 years, and they still don't know. They still don't know. Do you know how crazy? Like,
That is
honestly, how
insane.
crazy
You
that
tell her
drives
like
me?
every time, like I was.
Every time. Literally last time, I'm not even gonna lie, I gave her a little bit of an attitude. I said, just so you know, the time has not changed
Yeah,
from
it's
when
the
I
same
do
time.
the damn show.
It's the same time. It's only like an hour.
She'll
And
still be talking to my parent, my extended family, be like, what time do you do it? Or when's your pod? Do you do it every day? Brother. I don't know if she's even watched a lick. I think if you ask my mom, what does Michael do? She would say, he talks about sports. He does social media.
That's
I don't
part of
think
it.
she would know the name of the show or how long it is or what time it starts at.
Yeah, I don't know if my mom would know what time it starts at either.
Like, would you just come on? I might have to send her this clip. I literally might have to send her this clip.
You should.
I might have to send her this clip. But no, I mean, I'm sure as Pacers fans in here that are waiting for my downfall as well. No, they're good, dude. Like, if you
good.
do it to them with Darius Garland on the floor and everyone else playing, like, you're good. And they're good. I think the one thing that's frustrating is we want Boston chance. Like, I hope we beat Boston and just smoke their shit. That is so unbelievably Indiana of them to be like, we want Boston while we're up in the series. Like, it's like they want us to murder them in GTA.
Yeah, they do. They want to see you guys.
Do you think
That series was one of the most fiery series last year.
Do you
No?
think, honestly, the Cavs are dead, or do you think this is a comeback spot? Like,
Oh,
could
no,
we
they're-
see a 3-1 comeback?
They're dead.
You
I think they're going
think
to
it's
lose the next
over?
game.
You think it's over?
I think it's 4-1. A little gentleman's sweep.
Gentlemen sweep. What do you think about this Thunder Nuggets series? There's a lot that's been going on there. I mean, possibly one of the most boring games. I turned it off after the first half because I just genuinely out loud said, I don't need to watch this.
Yeah.
I'm not going to watch bad basketball. And because I already have to watch the Knicks play bad basketball for 3 quarters. So if I can avoid not watching bad basketball, I'm going to avoid it. And when both teams aren't making their shots, I see no reason to watch the game just
Yep.
because I already have to do that with the Knicks. I have to watch, like, genuinely, I have to watch 3 quarters, Josh, of guys that just will not make baskets. So I'm not going to do it with teams that I don't care about.
That's very fair. I mean, dude, I think the series is going to go 7. I think it's the Nuggets that are going to pull it out.
You think so?
I
The
do
Thunder
think
haven't
so.
shown you enough.
They have not.
Okay.
I think that last game was just Russell Westbrook handing the game to OKC.
I mean, yeah, but you knew
He
it.
played. I said that he's gonna, or actually no, I think I said he was gonna have a good game. I think he did have a good game. That was before the game 3 though.
No,
that
but I
said
mean,
that.
we talked about he will lose them a game.
Yeah,
A
and he
big
did.
game.
He 100% did, shooting 12 or 2 for 12 in 27 minutes. They need him to play good because he is their only bench player. Like, he has to play good.
Yeah.
And I mean, they only scored 87 points. He's probably the reason why. MPJ also needs to fucking figure it out.
Dude, he needs to figure it out. It felt like when they went on that championship run, he was kind of nails, dude.
He was like the best 3-point shooter in the league that year, I think, percentage wise.
I don't know what's gone on with him.
Yeah, I don't know either. He got fucking $28 million a year. That's probably what it was.
I think, and honestly, this is how I like to frame everything. And it's kind of like that part in my take method of putting yourself in the fan base's shoes. If I'm a Thunder fan right now, I'm very confident in our position. But I think, too, if I'm a Nuggets fan outside of, I think this is the only series right now because the Warriors' big injury. This is the only series where I think both fan bases can be equally confident. Like, I think Boston fans are a little bit more confident than we are. And I can admit that now that they got one and now that it feels like the momentum might be shifting.
Mhm.
I think Timberwolves fans, you're
Yeah,
kind of
they're-
Mickey Mousing right now because there's no Curry, so you should get the job done.
Mhm.
Pacers fans, you're on the moon. You might have an NBA Finals appearance in you.
Could.
This is the only series where I feel, much like you're saying, dude, it's a flip of a coin and the spreads are huge, dude. Like, it's a 10-point spread and go back into the Oklahoma City. But I feel confident enough if I'm a Thunder fan and if I'm a Nuggets fan, either way that we could cover that spread.
Yeah, I mean, if you're the Nuggets, you have Jokic.
Yeah.
He's going to keep you in every series, no matter what. Like, he's not going to, I mean, he could get swept, obviously, but like, when you have him, you have a chance. And I feel like OKC, I mean, they're the best team in the league this year, so you should feel fine going 2-2 back home. You should feel fine, but I don't know, dude. The Nuggets are just sneaky. Like, they're a game, like, they can look like the best team in the league one night and the worst team in the league the next night. So it's kind of just what you get from them.
100, dude, it's game over game.
And I guess a couple days break will probably help them out.
It's literally game over game.
Yeah, it is.
Like, you don't know what Nuggets you're going to get night in. Like,
it seems
10-point spread, they could win by 30.
It seems like Jokic knows pretty early when the game's done.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, we don't got it tonight.
He's just one of those guys, doesn't hide it.
No, he does not. He does not at all.
He doesn't hide it at all. I will say, Josh, I'm not a big hockey guy. But, dude, these hockey series are kind of getting me going, dude. Like, this Leaf series is exciting.
Yeah.
And this Stars series also feels whoever's at home is going to win the game. That's kind of how I've chalked it up. The Stars stole game one, and then Winnipeg came out, smoked them, and then the Stars came home, smoked them again. So it genuinely does feel like, and I'm not going to try to talk hockey because we're going to have to chat GPT it.
Mhm.
But I will say they are exciting. Like, I'm kind of not getting back into playoff hockey. Like, playoff hockey is great. I've just been so enveloped in the Knicks series. But I'm not going to lie to you, dude. When the Leafs Panthers are playing, like, I want to watch it. When the Oilers Knights are playing, I do tune in. And, dude, I would like to see the Capitals come through with another cup, dude.
They're down 2-1 now in massive dogs.
I know, dude. I know. Should we get the ChatGPT up and moving for it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Here
We
go.
finally got an under in the Leaf series, damn.
I know. How about it? Of course, the day
Finally.
I took the over. Not that I haven't taken the over every single game, but of course. Of course. All right, here we go, guys. Welcome to the ChatGPT Hockey Update. Dum, dum, digga, dum, dum, digga, dum, dum, digga, dum, dum, dum. The 2025 Stanley Cup playoffs delivered thrilling action over the weekend with pivotal games shaping the second round series. Here's a recap of the key matchups brought to you by ChatGPT and presented by Bookit Sports. The Carolina Hurricanes beat the Capitals 4-0. The Hurricanes dominated Game 3, taking a 2-1 series lead. Goalie Frederik Andersen recorded a 21-save shutout. Doubt it. Doubt he made that many saves. While Jack Roslovich contributed a goal and an assist. The Vegas Golden Knights, in dramatic fashion, beat the Oilers 4-3 with a goal by Riley Smith with just 0.4 seconds remaining in regulation. Wow. The win narrowed the Oilers series lead to 2-1. On Sunday, May 11th, the Dallas Stars beat the Winnipeg Jets 5-2. The Stars surged in the third period to claim Game 3 in a 2-1 series advantage. Mikko Rantanen led the charge with a goal and 2 assists. He is playing on his head, bringing his playoff total to 9 goals and 18 points in 6 games. That is actually insanity.
Yeah, it's crazy.
A controversial goal by Alexander Petrovich shifted the momentum in Dallas's favor. The Florida Panthers beat the Maple Leafs 2-0 with Sergei Bobrovsky, playoff Bob, with a 23-save shutout performance, helped the Panthers even the series 2-2. Goals from Carter Verhaeghe and Sam Bennett secured the win in Game 4.
That was correct. 23 saves. Shut up.
Wow. Look at ChatGPT might be getting a little bit smarter.
Might be dialed.
Dude, is ChatGPT dialed?
Might be.
Let me know if you'd like any more details on any specific game or player performance. Do you have anyone you want to know about?
Nah.
How's Connor McDavid performing? Let's see how Connor McDavid is performing from ChatGPT. Connor McDavid is delivering an outstanding performance in the 2025 NHL Stanley Cup playoffs, solidifying his status as one of the league's premier players. How about it, Josh?
How about it?
Did you expect Connor McDavid to do that?
Yeah.
What happened in baseball this weekend, Josh? You tapped in on the Cubs, or what's going on, brother?
I'm tapped in on the Cubs. We lost a couple
Okay.
games in New York, like I said. I expected us to, but now we're going to play the Marlins, and we're minus 250 today. So
Minus
that feels
one?
good. That feels good.
Are we talking -1 on this?
Maybe minus 2 it is. This might be bad.
-2 does?
This might get bad.
Pax Pick says Cubbies clap yeeks.
Yeah, they do. They do.
Wow. That's pretty good, huh?
Yeah, I mean, minus 250. I think that's the biggest favorite we've been all year. I mean, the Marlins are fucking rat shit, so we should kill them.
Can I tell you about a topic of conversation we had this weekend?
Sure.
Shifting focus to still sports. I love that, and I think it's because you guys just have too many retired numbers. I like that Luther Burden's wearing a number in the 80s. When I grew up, dude, every Jets wide receiver was in the 80s. Jericho Cotchery's the numbers in the 80s. Lavernius Coles wore 87. Like, I think the 80s for a wide receiver looks raw. Like, I don't like Garrett Wilson wearing 15. Like, it doesn't look cool to me. I like
15
or 11 now, but he started 15.
I thought he was 17.
17.
17, yeah.
Who's Lazard? Is he 15? Someone's 15 on the
He was
wide
11.
receiving core. He was 11.
Oh, wait, no. Corley's 17. He went to 5.
Yeah, he went to 5.
He was
You're
17
right.
then 5.
You're right, 17 then 5. I don't like that. I like when a wide receiver has a big number. Like Lavernius Coles, I grew up, I think he was number 87 or 80 on the Jets. He was like my favorite wide receiver growing up. I like when a wide receiver has a high number like that. I think it looks sick.
I like the high numbers, like the 80s, but I feel like you have to be like a certain type of receiver. You have to be like a big guy.
Okay.
Like I feel like 80s for like a bigger receiver, maybe like a jump ball guy or like a tight end. I just feel like Luther would look so fucking sick in 3. They just
I don't know, though. I
small
think an
receivers in single
87
digits.
Burden jersey
It
is
actually
gonna
looks
go
pretty
hard.
good though. He looks kind of sick in it actually though. I didn't like it at first, but it doesn't look bad on him.
I mean, he is just sick.
He also said, did you hear what he said? He was like,
Yeah,
so why'd you pick the number 87? He's like, all the good numbers are gone.
So, I mean, they don't want to wear it, but
He's
I
gonna
think it
wait.
looks cool.
It's also not final, I guess, till week 1. So he can still change his number. Like if anyone gets cut from the team, which people will, there's like, I think we have like 12 receivers on our roster right now. So like at least 6 of them are gone. He can just steal one of their numbers.
He is
And one of
going
them's 13. So I think he could take that.
I think he's going to look phenomenal.
I mean, there's pictures of him training. He looks fine in the 87.
I love it, dude. What's the Bears rookie minicamp update? Did you know? I mean, before that, did you know that there is a third Williams brother?
Williams what?
Quincy, Quinnen, and now we have
Oh, you have another one?
Yeah, on the team. Didn't even know. He's like came out of, I think he played D2 ball, by the way.
Really?
And he had the audacity to say, I've got Quinnen's size, but Quincy speeds. Like, brother, if you had those two, you'd be at Bama.
Yeah, what?
I forget his name.
Giovanni Williams.
Yeah, Giovanni, dude.
He is kind of yacked.
He is yacked, dude. But look where he played. It was like Sister's School of the Blind.
Uh,
I tried to look it up because I saw it literally popped up my feed, Josh, and I thought it was Quinnen talking. And then it said Giovanni Williams. I was like, is he the third brother?
UAB? Wait. Oh, no, not UAB. What the fuck?
Like the
I'm on this team's website and I can't even see.
I know, that's what I'm saying.
Name.
That's what I'm saying.
What is this?
But if we've got a mixture of Quinnen and Quincy, like he's could be a stud.
Who is this?
Stud.
Miles
ton.
Golden Bears?
Yeah. Something weird,
Miles.
dude. Yeah, Miles College or something like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, like what is that?
No idea.
What is that?
He does look kind of sick, though.
He does look sick. There was a part of me that went, we got one.
I mean, just a UDFA. He's going to be at the practice squad. Just,
Yeah, for sure. He might not even make the practice squad, by the way.
now he'll get on there. He'll get on there just because of his brothers.
What do we got about the Bears rookie minicamp update before I give the Jets?
The only like thing that
What's coming out of the Bears,
That's,
dude?
like,
I know there's
good
something controversial.
is-
What's going on?
no, nothing controversial. Kyle Monunga, I guess, looks really good. He's like
Who, the
the
Rutgers
guy, I
kid?
guess. Yeah, I think that he looks really good, and I guess Eric Bieniemy is on players' asses. There's a
saw that
video of
clip.
him like fucking screaming at people. I love that. Like I love that. We have not had that inside of any of our coaches in the last 5 years, and now our running backs coach is probably the most fired up person in the entire building, which I love.
Well, dude, you know what's funny? We're in the same boat. I've never heard reports out of Jets camp like the ones we're getting where it's just competition on competition on competition, and guys are getting chewed. Like Malachi Moore came out and he was like, dude, we can't make mistakes. He was like, he literally said, he was like, this is the kind of environment I love. Like, we're going to be obviously very defensively focused, because he said Aaron Glenn knows what he's talking about, and he's a defense guy, and I love defense guys. And even the corner from Florida State that just has an impossibly hard first name to pronounce said that like guys are getting after it every single day. And I haven't heard reports like that since Nam.
Yeah.
Literally
It's
since
usually bad
Vietnam,
things.
I don't think the Jets had a competitive offseason.
Yeah, it's usually just bad things coming out of camp for us.
Always.
Nothing but good. I mean, also Ben Johnson cleared everyone off the depth chart, which I fucking love. There's no one on the depth chart. Everyone has to earn their job. He also said that no one's earning their job right now. There's no pads on, so no one can earn a job yet, which I kind of love. It's like,
just get better.
Just get better. That's all we're doing right now. Yeah, which I love.
Just get better.
And Luther looks so sick in the two videos that I've seen. He looks so fucking sick.
You guys got one for sure.
He got hurt actually 2 days ago. I guess he like landed on the ball wrong, and everyone was like freaking out because it's the last play of practice. So like no one knew if he was actually hurt or not, but he's fine. He came back yesterday. He was practicing. So,
thank God, dude.
Massive.
The only thing that was concerning coming out of Jets have Aaron Smith doing a drill drop to it at 3 balls. And they were like close catches too. Like all you have to do is that. And it was like, and then he secured the last one. So that
you don't love.
That's a problem.
He's not known for his hands though. He's known for getting open.
But his job is catching balls.
That is true.
And that's, that's like that Wedding Crashers. You're a problem.
Yeah.
I
will say, dude, like Justin Fields played with Velus Jones. Remember that, dude?
Yeah.
So
that was the punt returner that you just hated.
He played receiver though. He was a wide receiver, and they were like, you literally can't play receiver anymore because you can't catch the ball. So Arian Smith will be just fine.
No, Landon in the Twitch chat is making the point that it was one of those drills where we're supposed to catch it then drop it. But 2 of them, if you watch, he drops it.
Yeah.
He drops it. Because then I watched him do another rep and he called all 3. And obviously he said catch, quick drop, catch, quick drop. You could tell the difference between when he catches it and drops it versus an actual drop where like it slips out of his fingers. But dude, he apparently everyone is amped on this kid in the building. I am like, I'll be honest, watched a lot of college football. Arian Smith, I don't think came across my desk more than one time. And so I don't know where this kid like emerged as being an unbelievable. Wow. The Jets record since 2015 is 53-1.
Ours can't be much better.
That's just that is, I feel like I just got punched in the jaw.
Yeah, it's tough.
100. I've watched 108 losses. That's so much time I'm not going to get back.
That's tough. Actually, we probably have more than that, but just from 1 year, we had a good year. That was it.
Josh, I watched. Yeah, Arian Smith was never in a Mikey Prize Pick slip. He couldn't have been that good.
Well, because he would just get 1 reception a game, and it's either 0 receptions or 1 for 0 or 60 yards.
But if I'm not squeaking you in 1, you can't be that good. That means you weren't like a top 100 player.
No,
because
he
I
definitely
put some
wasn't.
names there, dude.
He definitely wasn't, but he'll be a good weapon for Justin Fields. I mean, Justin Fields' his biggest strength is besides his legs, obviously, is his deep ball, and that's what Arian Smith is like exclusively good at. So,
but I mean, all things good coming out of camp. I mean, but yeah, they apparently everyone is so hyped on this kid, Arian Smith. Like they're saying he could be one of the best wide receivers in the room in the division, which is like, okay, let's relax, dude.
Yeah,
relax. But we had freaking Tyreek Hill in this division with Jalen Waddle, and now we got Elijah Moore, who, by the way, there was some discourse this weekend over the Council of Beers, over the day drinking Council of Beers, that Elijah Moore is going to be washed. I think this is the best situation he's ever walked into. Like, he hasn't had a quarterback since he got drafted. We almost ruined him, and then he went to the Browns thinking he was going to have massage, and then massage was junk, and now he finally gets Josh Allen. I wouldn't be shocked if you see a resurgence in Elijah Moore with guys like Khalil Shakir being able to play well in that system. But I will say,
is insane.
I will say, dude, the report that I love coming out of Jets game is, and I'm just going to read the tweet word for word because I don't want to paraphrase it and then have it come off wrong or not correctly convey the message that was conveyed in the quote. Aaron Glenn is stoked on Justin Fields, dude.
I mean, yeah.
Are you ready for this quote? I'm going to read the whole thing because it got me actually horned up this morning.
I think I saw it.
Like, I didn't know what to do this morning. I got so horned up. There's a quiet confidence about that man that's unshakable. Even though he's not the most vocal person, he's active with his body language. He's active with his one-on-one conversations. If he has to stand in front of the guys and say something, he will. He's not one of the guys that's going to talk just to talk, because sometimes if you do that, players can get deadhead. Felt like that. That was a note I took from the show. If I talk too much, people are going to get deadhead. Like, there's a difference between having power in your words and talking a lot. And the fact that Aaron Glenn is saying that this guy's got power with his words, we haven't had a leader like that in a long, long time. But he says things when it needs to be said. He's a really good athlete. He works his butt off in the weight room. He's a guy that's doing everything he can to improve, and whatever advantage he can get from coaching, strength, and conditioning, being on the field, he's going to take that advantage and he's going to run with it. I'm very happy where he's at. I'm stoked on Justin Fields, dude. I'm stoked on him. And I know you've been through this process before, and I know you've been through all the emotions that I'm feeling, but I'm just going to ask that you let me feel them because I'm stoked on him.
Yeah. I mean, he's a great leader. That is true. He's a very good leader. It just, when you play football. And honestly, though, like, even if he's bad, like, he doesn't lose guys. Like, guys don't stop playing for him because he'll never not give 100% in practice or in the weight room or on the field.
Which, dude, we haven't gotten in a long time. Zach Wilson lost the team when we were on a playoff run because he couldn't score more than 6 points. Aaron Rodgers lost the team after 3 weeks. Sam Darnold said he was seeing ghosts. I'm just excited, Josh, to have a guy with confidence, dude. We killed Sam Darnold's confidence. We killed Zach Wilson's confidence. Joe Flacco's 98 years old. Aaron Rodgers was a complete head case. And it feels like you finally have a guy in the room now that is just quietly confident. That doesn't care. And I feel like we've had Jets quarterbacks that care. And, we'll see. I think the Chicago media is much like New York, so I'm kind of happy he's been through the ringer. I mean, there is definitely a little bit of a difference because I think Chicago is, until the heart monitor flatlines, there's still a little bit of hope, whereas New York, the minute that monitor goes, it's over, and they want the buildings to burn. So I am happy that he's been through it a little bit. But it just feels nice to have a guy.
Yeah.
He is a guy.
He is a guy. I mean, dude, Chicago literally.
He's going to work.
He is going to work. That's for damn sure. And he's going to give 100% every single game. It's just, will the Jets use him how he's comfortable being used? That is it. Like, if you make the game simple for him, let him run the ball a lot, he'll be fine.
Which I think they're committing to, by the way.
They have to. Like, you have to.
Well, with our running backs, too, like, you have to.
Yeah, I mean, you just need a good defense with them, good coaching. You'll win games. I mean, like, I think if we had a good coaching staff 2 years ago with him, we probably would have won 9-10 games. We had 7 wins, and, like, we had the worst coaching staff by far, and he'd probably still be a Bear. But he's not the guy. He'll be serviceable, but he's never going to be the guy that's going to, like, go win you a game. Like, I think he only has, like, one career game-winning drive. Like, he rarely does that. He'll rarely go make plays with his arm when teams are expecting him to make plays with his arm.
Mm-hmm.
When, like, you almost have to. But, like, if you get him in a good system, he'll be just fine. You saw him in the Steelers. He was 4-1, 4-2, whatever.
I will say, dude, we have a nice little opportunity here to set up the Dan Campbell coaching tree for a nice long career in the NFL. And I kind of like that Dan Campbell's coaching tree isn't complicated offenses or hard to read defenses. It's just setting a culture. Yeah. And I feel like football is the one sport where you can make up for play by having an identity, like make up for a really complicated scheme by just having an identity. And I think you're seeing with Ben Johnson clearing depth charts, and you're seeing it with Aaron Glenn having a commitment to just being like, we are going to compete and hit each other every single day.
Yeah.
Which is nice, dude.
It is nice.
It's nice to have a coaching tree where it's just about culture. Let's 100%. Come in and have a goddamn identity, dude. I don't think the Jets have had an identity since Jonathan Vilma was trying to crack guys' heads off.
Yeah, no. I mean, dude, our last fucking coach had like acronyms that he was telling players, like hits. It's like, dude, like they're fucking grown men playing football. Like, we don't need to tell them like that we need turnovers and to hustle. It's like, that's the standard. Like, that shouldn't be like what we're like preaching to them. Like, that's the minimum that we do. And that was like the maximum that we did with Matt Eberflus.
Yeah, no, I don't disagree. I will say the only report of another team that I saw that was sick, dude, the Giants look like they're just having fun, dude. I don't know if you saw it. Everyone's tight. And by the way,
and like Abdul Carter pushing each other, dude, like that
I
is
like
going
that
to be,
stuff.
I hate that.
Really?
I hate that
really?
As an NFL coach. Like, why are you all buddy with the fucking rookie? Like, get on his ass. Like, be on his ass every single second of practice because he is the future of your franchise. and like you just allowing him to like fuck around and like push you around, like half stretch, like that's not the standard that you want to set from day one. Like I hate that, honestly.
Yeah.
I want to see what Eric Bieniemy's doing, fucking like cussing out players for touching a cone. That's literally what he's doing.
Yeah, why are you touching the cone? I saw that. Yeah.
The cone's not fucking moving. Why are you fucking touching the cones? Like that's what I need. That's what I need.
I think we're also coming from the point of view where we just had limp dick
So
spineless
but
coaches.
so are they. Like Dable's the same way. Like they're the same way.
Yeah. I get what you're saying. I do think it's like, I think I was more so seeing clips of him and Jackson Dart, and you can see him over coaching, which I think is good because Jackson Dart said he wants that.
Mhm.
And I think the funniest narrative is, man, this guy hated Daniel Jones. Like it didn't seem like you saw Brian Dable coaching Daniel Jones and smiling.
Well, he wasn't his guy, right? He didn't take him. I don't think he was just there when he got there.
He walked in.
So.
And I will say, dude, there was a clip of Jackson Dart. Hopefully it was just performative. Dude, he spun the ball mid like drop back, and it might have been the coolest thing.
He does look sick. He does look sick. But at the same time, he does that.
If I was a Giants fan, I'd be so stoked on Jackson Dart just because he's so sick, dude.
He looks cool. Dude, have you seen his brother?
Yeah,
his brother makes like him look so less sick, I think. Because he looks exactly the same.
Yeah, there's a clone.
There's a clone of him. So he's way less sick because it's a clone of him. But him spinning the ball in his hand does look cool. But
you can't do that in a game.
Do that in a real game, the ball's getting punched.
Yeah, you can't do that in a real game. But it looked so
It does look
sick.
cool. Yeah.
If I was just a Giants fan, I'm so stoked in him because he doesn't have to play this year and he looks sick. And you can make the argument after every game now. Yeah, but just wait till Dart's ready.
Yeah. Well, he's going to be playing now.
And I saw him. No, I think Russell Wilson is going to be starter week 1.
Russell Wilson, dude.
I will say though, I saw a clip of him throwing. I don't know who the wide receiver was, but it was just like Dart on a deep ball. When he is ready, if he can figure out NFL defenses with how versatile he is and how good his arm is, him and Neighbors, I could see becoming a Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow duo where it's just Malik Neighbors is such a good wide receiver. And if you can just do the bare minimum of getting him the ball, they could be a duo that's like close to unstoppable in that division.
Yeah. I mean, it's just trust in him. That's all it really is. I mean, that's what Joe Burrow does with Jamar Chase. Like if he sees Jamar Chase one-on-one, he's throwing the ball every time.
Yeah.
Every time.
100%.
That's all Dart has to do. That's what Daniel Jones did too.
On the other side of the coin, dude, I did see Browns practice, and obviously the whole narrative now with the NFL in this offseason is going to be, is Shador good? Is Shador winning the job? Is Shador the guy? He looked very good in a lot of clips I saw. The one thing I will say that I didn't like, even though he was drafted in the 5th round, and even though Shador was rated more high going into camp, in the clips I saw, and maybe because it was focused around Shador, Dylan Gabriel is getting close to no love when they picked him over him. And I did feel like if I, just watching those clips, I guess as a Browns fan, you really wanted Shador. Like, that's a great pick. Like, you're excited on him. You're stoked on him. But the organization did pick Dylan Gabriel before him. And it seemed like in those clips, Dylan Gabriel would throw a ball just as good as Shador. There'd be no comment from the coach. And then Shador would be like, run the ball. And I think just like, if I'm Dylan Gabriel, dude, I'd be kind of tight.
Yeah. I mean,
like you picked me over him.
Dylan Gabriel, yeah, Dylan Gabriel is definitely the better quarterback, too. Just watching those clips. The way he gets the ball out of his hands it's way easier and way faster.
Way faster. There was a couple throws where people were quoting and going, dude, if you think Shador can throw this ball in an NFL game and it's not getting picked, you're crazy.
He throws like Justin Fields used to. Like how he has that long like release, like his elbows like in front of his head. I don't know what it is. He just like gets it all the way back here instead of just getting rid of it. Yeah, I think that he might be bad. Just watching those clips, dude. His release is so fucking slow, and you can get away with it in college when you're throwing screen passes every single play, but like not against real defenses.
And I did see the same clip that Slushy is talking about in the Twitch chat. There was a guy in the media that when Dylan Gabriel walked out, was like, I'm taller than him. It's like, dude, Dylan Gabriel, like I feel like we are forgetting a little bit. Dylan Gabriel was an absolute dog. Like if he was Shador's size, he probably would have been a top 5 draft pick at the quarterback position. Like, unfortunately, he's just Kyler's height, and he's a lefty, and a lot of that is what NFL GMs hate. But I don't know, dude. Just watching it as a casual football fan, knowing that Shador is not that good. Like, he didn't really do like Dylan Gabriel had more success at Oregon and Oklahoma in combined than Shador had in 4 years. Dylan Gabriel had more success in 1 year at Oklahoma and Oregon than Shador had in 4 years of his college career. And I will say, just as like a casual fan, just seeing the way he's been treated either. And then they did like rookie minicamp photos and he wasn't in them. It was like Shador and the rest of the rookies. And I was just like, dude, why is he just like such an afterthought on this team? Because I was
probably
looking
likes
forward to
it.
watching the competition, but it doesn't seem like there's any competition. Like they're jerking and joinking.
I'm sure.
Should do.
Yeah, they are.
Should do.
I think, dude, I'm surprised Dylan Gabriel didn't go to a different team. Like, dude, I feel like the Dolphins would have been like a perfect spot for him. Getting him like another lefty, kind of plays similar style to Tua.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I think Stefanski said like not to look into it too much. Like, whoever's playing, getting first reps or second reps in practice, it doesn't really matter at this point, which is probably true. They have no fucking idea who's going to be the player.
But dude, we're football fans. We need to overread into every clip. I need to watch every clip and go, yeah, Arian Smith would have caught that in an NFL game.
I will also defend that guy that's saying that I'm taller than him, because I think that those guys, like, their job is to move the mics up and down, like based on which player's up there. Like, so if someone's super tall or super short, like they move it down. He might just be saying like he might have like had it a little taller. It's like, I'm taller than him. Like saying that to the dude. So like, we'll put it down next time. Potentially. He could also just be shitting.
Look at Josh tapping into the producer brain. You don't understand with the mic sites.
I've seen someone do that. I forgot who someone did that with. It might have been like Nate Robinson or like Kyler. I forget who it was.
Probably Kyler.
It was a while ago.
Some
it was a long time. It might have been Kyler. And like the dude like came on and was like, yeah, we need to put this down.
I will say two things that I was looking for in my feed that never popped up, and maybe if I looked into it, I could have found it. I kind of want to see how Riley Leonard and Jalen Miller are getting along on their teams, because I do think now that it's starting to get going, I think Jalen, and we already did a clip about it and we talked about it, I think Jalen Miller is going to be really good in Seattle, and I would love to see how he looks right now. Yeah, but I haven't seen.
I've seen a couple clips. Their mini camp was last week though. They was already done, I think.
Oh, maybe that's why.
This weekend, yeah.
Okay.
I think he looked fine. I mean, he's behind Sam Darnold. He's probably in the best situation any rookie's in. He's like auto sitting 1 or 2 years, and then he's going to be the starter.
Mm-hmm.
They got no one else. And Sam Darnold is not the long-term solution there. So I think he'll be okay. Like, his legs are fine, but like, dude, he's the most inaccurate QB maybe I've ever seen in college football. He's like Anthony Richardson inaccurate.
Yeah. I mean, we're gonna have to see. Caleb Johnson did look good.
Figure it out.
Caleb Johnson looked good.
Yeah.
Judkins looked good.
Chad, do you think Caleb Johnson is a finesse back or a power back?
Yeah,
I just want to hear what you guys say, because that was the most insane take of all time. We need to get him on the show just so people can hear that take.
Yeah, I would love people to.
He is
I feel like it's not even a question, Josh.
He's both. He's not both at all. He's like literally.
Did anyone watch Iowa? Like, I'm just convinced nobody watched Iowa this year.
He puts his head down through one hole, and either he gets through it or he doesn't, and he falls for 3 yards.
Yeah, people are like, "What take?"
He's
Rav tried to tell us that Caleb Johnson is Le'Veon Bell.
Yeah, he's like more like Le'Veon
Bell. Caleb Johnson and Kyle Monaghan are the most power back running backs I think a draft class has ever seen.
It's like, if you were to just describe Caleb Johnson in one word, I would say power. That's all I would say. Yeah, that's all I would say. He's fucking
saying that he's got the patience of Le'Veon Bell, and Le'Veon Bell is probably the only running back that can run like Le'Veon Bell ran, is just insane.
Like LaShawn McCoy's Le'Veon Bell-esque, not Caleb Johnson.
Also, if you watched one Iowa game, the kid touched the ball every down. So if you can watch an Iowa game and go, yeah, he's got finesse, you're not watching football.
Dude, you know who he's kind of like?
I don't even know who the fucking quarterback at Iowa is. McNamara. He would just go.
He's kind of like David Montgomery, I would say. Like, kind of like that. Where like he's like a bowling ball, like hard to tackle, but also is like semi-shifty.
No, he can bounce out.
Has no breakaway
for sure.
Speed.
Yeah, he can
Zero
bounce
breakaway
out.
Speed.
I think Caleb Johnson is part of that running back school like Monaghan in the Big Ten, where they might not get more than 2 yards on their first couple carries, but they want to hit you hard enough that you start wavering
and
when
you
they
don't
get
want
the
to
ball.
tackle them anymore. Yeah, like, this guy's not fun to tackle. That's what he does.
Which, like, I do think is going to be great for the way the Steelers want to play ball. They don't really have a true quarterback yet because Aaron Rodgers is doing what he did to the Jets, holding the Steelers hostage now. But I think that's going to be, he fits the city of Pittsburgh perfectly, where it's just, you're not going to want to tackle him for 4 quarters. And that's why I think you go draft a guy like Caleb Johnson, because he's one of those guys like a Braylon Allen. I think that's a perfect comp.
Yeah.
Like a Braylon Allen.
He's a little better.
A little bit more finesse than Braylon Allen, I would say.
Braylon Allen's more of he's a better athlete, though, I would say.
Yeah, for sure. And it has a little bit more breakaway speed.
Yeah.
But I think he's one of those guys where he hits you one time and he might not get more than 2 yards, but you go, Oh,
He does fall for yards too.
he does.
It's a big back.
Like Jackson Dart said, +2.
+2.
He's a +2 kind of guy,
He
dude.
is.
Wow, I can't wait for the football season to
And
start until the
Scalaboo, dude. That dude wearing 44 as well. Like, dude, he is going to be a fucking tank.
He's doing a little bit too much though.
Did you see
I
his
get that-
interview?
I
Is that
get-
what you're saying?
Yeah, I mean, I get the
Have you
chip on
seen
the
him play in the
shoulder.
NFL?
but yeah,
I didn't really like how kind of looked like, it kind of sounded like he was coming after the reporter. I know he wasn't at all, but it did kind of seem like that.
I like him. I think he's doing a little much, dude. Like
I
everyone
love
knows you were good at Arizona State. Everyone knows the kind of running back you are. There was no reason when that reporter's like, "Do you still have a chip on your shoulder?" Like, all he could have been like, "Yeah, that chip will always be there." Instead, he's like, "You see me play?" So I got to prove it. It's like, oh, okay, like just you're on the fucking Giants.
You could just not ask the question. Be like, I haven't played an NFL snap yet, so I still have everything to prove. Like, you could have said it like that instead of
Could
like,
have been like, I
"You
haven't.
see me play?"
Like, yeah, the chip's always going to be there.
I like him though. I think he's just trying to fuel himself.
Snacks goes, "Yes, suck." It was a great comment. Listen, Snacks, we're talking rookie mini camp. I'm just gonna have to have a take on it. I'm
Also-
excited for football until the Jets start 0-5, and I don't want to watch anymore.
Yeah. Speaking of the NFL, Week 1 was announced. Cowboys at Eagles. Week 1. That's the only game released so far. For the 14th in 2 days is when the actual schedule release comes out. But the Cowboys get to go into Philly. Week 1. It's gonna be a tough start to
Do
the
they have a
season.
spread to miss out?
I think it's 7.
What? I feel like that's a big spread, no? For
Let me
just
see.
getting
Yeah,
George,
7.
George Pickens?
-7.
Is Dak going to be back?
Mhm.
Wow, that's going to be a great game. What a great way to start the season.
Yeah.
Good
dude.
rivalry, huh?
We also have like what? Only 2.5 months, right? Yeah, 2.5 months until the Hall of Fame game. And that's
I hate
officially,
the Hall of Fame
but
game.
that's when football's back. Once the Hall of Fame game happens, football's back.
The
That's
Hall
kind
of
of the
Fame
way I
game
think
drives
about
me
it.
crazy. We had to play in it last year. I hate it.
You played in it last year?
Yeah.
I thought it was us.
Or 2 years ago?
2 years ago, yeah, because we played Houston. Right?
2 years ago, you're right. Caleb played. 2 years ago, we played in it. We played the Browns.
And this year it's the Lions and who are they playing? The Lions are playing. Oh, the Chargers, I think.
Wow, knowing those coaches, you might get a full game out of Jared Goff.
I
and
know, yeah,
Justin
Lions
Herbert.
Chargers would be a fun game.
They might treat it like a regular season game, go 11-on-11.
The
all
under
starters.
in that game is actually free. No starting quarterbacks are going to play, and then those two coaches on defense. That
Take
might
each
be
other's
check.
heads off.
It's
Also,
32
Dan
and a half.
Campbell might, before that game starts, go, "You know what? I'm starting Jared."
Dude, it's just like that game gets you ready for football season because then, like, you get that game, and then there's preseason that starts next week, and then we start getting college football at the end of the next month.
Mm-hmm.
It's just right around the corner.
I'm stoked
and
on
I
it.
can't wait.
All right, let's talk some games. We got a lot of games that we can dive into, give a little analysis. I've got some prize pick squares in a lineup that I already placed. We missed our weekend lineup by such a bastard.
Bastard.
All right,
And then
let's
did you see
jump
the
in.
next day he was up for 2.5 total bases normal?
I bet.
Of course.
Welcome back to Slate Search, part of the show. We talk through the games and the slate that you need to bet on today. Captain Korf in the YouTube chat does have me nailed. He said, Mikey loves throwing a nuke on the Hall of Fame game. I always do. And then it never hits. And I go, why did I do that again? So make no mistake, I will be doing it again.
You can get sharp in preseason football.
Don't start.
You
this,
can.
dude.
You
Don't.
can. It's easier. It's 100% easier to bet than the regular season.
Josh, there's a number you could call.
It is
Right now.
When you get a good old classic Ian book out there, you fade. Like it's just easy. Like there's players that are just so bad that it's an auto fade.
Sorry, Ian Book's family. If you're
he
listening.
fucking sucks. Respectful.
Oh, he does suck. All right, let's start at the Knicks. We're plus 6.5 at home. You talk first. I'm not betting this game anymore.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I have a feeling that the Celtics win again. I don't know about how much. I just feel like they can't win and not blow you guys out. I feel like the game's either so close and the Knicks will pull it out, or the Celtics win by 10 plus again.
So how do you bet that?
I don't know if I would bet this game. I probably won't.
I kind of like the over.
I don't hate the over.
I think we have to start hot, and we have we have to start putting quarters together.
The game go over last game,
I don't believe so.
and the Celtics shot like an insane percentage from 3 too.
They shot 75%, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I don't know what I would do, honestly. I find it hard to believe that the Celtics are going to go down 3-1, but I would love to see them go down 3-1.
I would
love to see it.
I'm gonna take the over here, and I think I agree with my cousin in the YouTube chat. Shout out Connor. Dude, we just have to come out with a little bit of bite, dude. We've just come out so soft and so slow the past 2 games, and we got very lucky in Boston being able to once again will a comeback. But just come out with a little bit of pride.
Yeah.
Come out with a little bit of passion. I don't mind if we get 2 quick fouls or somebody gets in trouble early. Like, come out and just show the city that you want to be there. Because last game, it just felt like someone even tweeted about it. Like, Jalen Brunson just hasn't had that fire. And it seems like if Josh Hart and OG and Mikal Bridges aren't playing at 100%, everyone just kind of goes through the motions. Like, come out with a little bit of fire, dude.
Oh, Hobie's Scott Foster's up
Yeah.
and moving.
Yeah.
That might not be good for you guys.
There's also not a ref in the NBA you can go, oh, that's good for the Knicks.
Scott Foster, like,
It's very
especially
bad.
though for
Yeah,
the
it's very
Celtics.
bad.
His record, let me see. Dude, I remember like 2 years ago, it was insane. Let me see it.
I've convinced myself, however, in terms of like how I'm thinking about this game, OG Anunoby fantasy more than on Prize Picks is a mega mortal for me right now, just because not anything that the squares are showing, not anything the number is showing. When we win, he plays really well, and I hope that there's a commitment to OG playing well today. Dude.
That is, I mean, we've talked about it a million times. He is the player that makes that team go.
Yeah.
Jalen's going to get his. Cat will get his.
No, but Cat hasn't been getting his. That's the
I
problem.
mean, he'll get his, what, 15, 20?
But he should be a 25 guy. That's why we traded for a Cat. Mikal Bridges needs to find his jumper. I mean, he's been absolutely essential in defensive end of the floor. But again, the problem with Knicks is consistent scoring across the entire starting 5.
For sure. And they played really good defense too. The Celtics did last game, and they played, I mean, they hit 1,000,000 threes. So they actually got time to set their defense as opposed to like the 2 games before where there were 1,000,000 fast breaks because they were missing long threes. That was kind of it. I mean, if you hold them to 40% from the 3-point line, you can actually have a game this time, hopefully.
I would just like, I need, and not that, because if you start well, that doesn't mean you end well, but it just feels so annoying that game over game, I want to make sure that I say this correctly, that game over game and series over series, it's like, all right, we need to do layup lines coming out of half so we have a good second half. All right, the third quarter's been a real problem. Let's make sure we have a good third quarter, and then we drop off in the fourth quarter. Yeah. Or we have a nightmare first half, and it's like, I just want to stop playing from behind.
Play a full game.
Like, I want to stop playing from behind.
It's annoying to you because when you go behind at the beginning of every single game, it's like the second quarter is the game. Because if you lose the second quarter, then you're down 25 going into half, and you're fucked. Whereas like the first couple games, like you guys kind of came back in that second quarter and like responded a little well, but like you put so much pressure on yourself in that second quarter to make it a game again. And if you don't, the Celtics aren't a team that, I mean, they did it one time, but the Celtics aren't a team that you're going to consistently come back on. I think it's going to take Jalen Brunson facilitating to start the game, being like, I'm going to do this all game. I'm not going to wait till the fourth quarter.
I agree, dude. I think like that's where, and I would love for anybody else that's a really big, maybe Hovey can speak to it as well in the Twitch chat, but it just felt like, it feels like, I mean, we got it a little bit in the Pistons series, but dude, Brunson last year against that Philly team was the Brunson that needs to play tonight.
Yeah.
Like, he needs to come out playing with a purpose from the first jump. I'm so tired of watching the game and Jalen Brunson starts a game 1 for 7 or 1 for 4, 1 for 5. Like, let's have, and I don't think it's too much to ask for Jalen Brunson in the third quarter to be 3 for 3, 4 for 4.
That's emergency.
Like, I think that's the word, Josh. Like, we didn't play with urgency last game, and I do totally agree that maybe looking back, maybe game 3 was must win because we came out completely flat, let Boston get confidence, shoot 70% from beyond the arc, and now you're going into game 4 going, oh shit,
yeah,
we just had a horrible performance. Now we need to pick it up, and we haven't had that Brunson and Philly against Boston yet, where it's like, other than that game too, where he like a little willed it back. But
Yeah.
I need him at home.
He does
At home.
He does have like the toughest matchup you could probably have as a guard in the league, though, against the Celtics.
But I expect him to overcome that.
He should.
He's the kind of guy where I expect you to be better than whatever matchup they throw.
But
at you.
getting Drew and Derek White fresh to start a game is tough. Like
Dude.
it's tough because like once those guys start getting tired, you can start getting buckets on them. But like those two guys are energizer bunnies. Like they never stop.
And I will agree with you and Hovey, because I think you did say it, and then Hovey agrees. If you're not going to come out and kill, and you realize, again, if you're Brunson, that this is going to be a nightmare start, like you and Hovey said, I would love if he committed to maybe being a point guard for the first half then.
Yeah.
Drive with urgency, but be looking. And I think that's the thing that Jalen Brunson doesn't necessarily do very well, is he doesn't have a second option, it feels like, when he wants to get to his bucket. Whereas I watched Tyrese Halliburton last night drive to the hole super hard, jump like he was going to shoot, look off the defender, and then threw it down low.
Yeah,
and it's like he had three options in his head. It seems like once Jalen commits to, all right, now I'm getting to this spot, he never has the ability to, you know what I mean? And I think that's where it's like, okay, if we're going to make a commitment to doing that, commit to being a facilitating point guard. But I think that's tough to do that to Jalen, because like you said, at Villanova and even in Dallas when Luka went down, like he has to be the guy.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to be a facilitating guy.
You can do both. But it's just tough when you're not getting consistent scoring out of another player on your team. That's why I think he's not doing it. Like if Cat were giving him 25, 30 a night, I don't think he'd have trouble.
Or if Mikal could just knock down an open corner three.
I mean, Halliburton, like that's how the Pacers play. Like Halliburton is the facilitator and everyone else is kind of the scorer. Like he's the guy that sets everyone else up to score. Jalen Brunson is the guy that goes and gets buckets for that team.
And I think because he's the guy that goes and gets buckets, he's also a guy that needs to take 22 shots a game. And I think it's tough to get your 22 and be a facilitator at the same time. And I do think too, I understand maybe the frustrations when you do kick it out to a wide open Mikal Bridges and he's 0 for 3 and wide open corners. And I think that's where it's frustrating playing this Boston team, and it makes you want to rip your hair out. Al Horford open in the 3, automatic. Peyton Pritchard open on the wing, automatic. Like all these guys that either come off the bench or start for Boston, it seems as though you get lucky when they miss. Whereas for the Knicks right now, at least, for how inconsistent Deuce is, how inconsistent Mikal has been, how bad OG played last game, and especially with Josh Hart just not being a true scorer, it almost feels lucky when they make the open 3.
Yeah.
And you go, you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think that's where, like, I don't really want to touch the spread. I want to be able to watch this game as a fan tonight. I wouldn't mind taking the over because I do think the Knicks do score the ball a little bit better tonight. I don't have a necessary reason for you. It's more so just a feeling, especially because OG played so bad and we shot so poorly the game before. I would like to say OG Anunoby Fantasy is my favorite square, but I also find it very hard not to think Brunson gets 30 ball tonight, because either way, you're up 2-1. This is a back against the wall game, and I truly mean that. If Boston gets momentum in this game and then wins a game in the DTR, breed them back home for them, that game 5 in the Garden, or that game 6 in the Garden, when we have not performed well in 2 straight series at home, is going to be nightmare pull your hair out game. Because, dude, you have to have pride in your home floor. And I think that's where it's frustrating for this Knicks team. Like, it should be impossible to get your game going in New York.
Yeah.
Like, you should be scared to play in the Garden if you're the other team. And for whatever reason, I think it's because when you're a player like that, you feed off that energy, like playing away from home when you're like that fan base again at you. And we do it very well. Mm-hmm. But dude, the Garden should be a fortress. We should come out with a 20-point lead as a 10-point underdog at home.
It seems like it's so weird. I don't know why, but it seems like all the pressure's on the Knicks when they're at home.
It does. Well, because that's what New York breeds, dude. And I think maybe that's why we play well away from home, because there's no pressure and everyone's shitting on you. And I think Brunson has a screw loose where it's like, oh, you're going to talk to me all game? Like, all right, now we're going.
Yeah.
But we just like, I would love if we just took pride in winning at home. Yeah. And it doesn't feel like this playoffs, even last series, that we've taken pride at defending home court because we think we can, because we know we can win on the road.
Yeah. Yeah. I also think the fucking stadium needs to relax. Like, actually relax. Like, when you go up 2-0, we don't need a standing O and everyone fucking screaming their face off. Like, do that when you're up 10. Get the boys going when you're up 10, because if you start doing that in the beginning of the game and shit starts going wrong, energy in that building is sucked. You can't start off super high and then be down 15 and then the energy's gone out of the stadium. Wait till you get a good lead.
Someone said Mikey gives terrible bias takes. I feel like none of what I just said was bias.
I don't think so.
I feel like I gave a very deep breath. Do you want to hear bias?
He said played well away from home. I bet LMAO. They've definitely played well away from home. I'm pretty sure they've won every game of the playoffs except one away from home.
No,
right?
we swept Detroit at home. They still don't have a home playoff win. And
no, but you guys won one at home, correct? Against Detroit?
Yes.
So that's, so you guys have 6 wins. So 6 of the 7 wins you guys have? Or no? 5 of the 6 wins you guys have are on the road?
Would you guys like to hear the bias take? You want to hear the bias take? I don't think Boston can hold our nuts this game. You just got your face slapped off in game 3. If you're the Knicks and don't come out and melt this Boston team, you're an embarrassment.
Okay.
And by the way, I think I think we do have a better starting 5 than Boston. I think we have the best player on the floor in Jalen Brunson. I don't think Jason Tatum and Jaylen Brown are even on his level when he is on, and he needs to come out and be on tonight.
Yeah, dude, Jason Tatum.
The bias take is that we are winning tonight because you cannot lose this game. That's the bias take.
You can't lose this game.
You want to hear fucking bias, dude? You want me to snap back into TMA from a year ago? You want to hear bias? We're winning this game. Like, the Celtics are not a good basketball team. We are better. We are just allowing them to play well. That's the bias take.
That's the bias take.
You guys wanted the bias take?
Who was that said that? There's your bias take.
Yeah, there you go. Here you go, buddy. Clip that one for your group chat. Loser. All right. Timberwolves Warriors, dude. I kind of want to take the Warriors plus 5.5 here at home. I think you saw Jimmy Butler come out with a 30 ball last game. Still couldn't win it. I do think this series is over.
Yeah, it's done.
Like, I do think it's over. But I like having 5.5 points in my pocket with Jimmy Butler getting comfortable being the guy game over game. And it felt like last game was the first game they made a commitment to him being the guy. The first game Curry was out. I think Jimmy only had like 15, and then you take that jump to 30 like he did on the Heat. So I really do like the Warriors plus 5.5. I don't mind buying the bad news in this spot just because the more comfortable Jimmy gets being the guy, you're going to get games like when he was on the Heat where they have no business winning and they somehow win.
Yeah. I kind of like the T-Wolves here just because the back door that the Warriors had last game. And I feel like the T-Wolves like figured out like Jimmy can have the best game of his career and we could still beat him without Steph. I'm also very happy that I have an out on my long shot take. Not long shot, actually the pace.
Oh, you have
long shot.
You have an out?
I have an out. Steph got hurt. Best player in the league got hurt.
Yeah, I agree.
It's a good out.
I agree.
Who knows? I mean, dude, if they can squeak this game, like they can win the series easily.
I think it's also insane, Josh, that Draymond Green literally got caught talking about the spread. Did you see that clip?
I didn't see that, no.
He's like, it's 6.5 or something like that when he was on the bench. It's like, dude, what the hell was that?
Yeah, it's weird.
Can't be spread talking. Can't be spread talking.
Speaking of his, he's just trying to bait people into hating him more. So why does everyone treat me like I'm an angry black man? The tweets were so funny.
I mean, I'm not going to address that.
Yeah,
but I do think
I mean,
all right.
Has nothing to do.
Okay.
Has nothing to do with that. You're just a scumbag that follows everybody too hard. That's all it is.
Okay. No, I agree with that.
He's definitely mad. He looks so mad in the interview too. It's like, what, you're saying you're not angry right now? You're definitely angry right now.
You definitely look mad. There's a
it.
temperature gauge in the room. It's
like,
getting hot.
It's like he wants to be the villain until people call him the villain. He's like, no, fuck you. I'm not the villain.
He is. Every time, but I'll be honest, dude, every podcast clip I've heard, every interview I've heard from Draymond Green, it's every single response in my head is just, okay. Like, you're just an idiot. Like, he's just an idiot.
He is. He's so dumb. And he just says things that make people like him less. It's like, dude, just didn't talk. It'd probably be better.
If Dylan Brooks had a Steph Curry, I think he'd be acting like Draymond. If Draymond Green didn't have a Steph Curry, he'd be Dylan Brooks.
He'd be worse than Dylan Brooks. Dylan Brooks is a much better, like, pure basketball player than Draymond Green. Draymond Green just like the perfect complement to the best shooter of all time.
I agree. Someone said, who's my favorite New York team of all time? Probably the Jets.
Oh, yeah. It's not even close.
I've definitely been a Jets fan longer than the Knicks. I'm not going to hide from that at all. But Jets has been my whole life. So it's just used to be a New Jersey Nets fan. Then they left. So I cannot support a team that left to go to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
Get that out of here.
I was asked for a biased Bears take. First 4,000 yard passer this year. It's happening this year with Ben Johnson.
Shout out to Pope.
Luther Burden's catching the 4,000-yard pass.
Shout out to Pope. Shout out to Pope. We got a Chicago Pope in the office before you had a quarterback throw for 4K.
Yeah.
You know how hard it is to become the Pope? It's like a
It's
once
tough.
in a lifetime deal.
It is tough. Dude, have you seen the video of him at the Sox game during the World Series? They caught him on TV. Like back
he
in
got
2008.
caught?
or
Well, I saw the
2005,
photo of him with the
2005.
guy in front. I want to know more about the guy in front of him that looks like a homeless man. Is that like his buddy?
I don't
Is that
know.
guy going to be in the papal office,
I
dude?
don't know.
Could you imagine just a bunch of his White Sox buddies pulling up to the papal office?
That'd be crazy.
Can I get a Chicago accent? Like, what is a Chicago accent?
There's like no accent. Like Chicago. People
Oh,
say
you're the
that.
Pope.
The
The
Pope.
Pope.
The Pope. Yeah, I don't know. People don't actually sound like that.
Hey, Ronnie, we got a Pope in the office.
People don't
I don't
actually
know.
sound like that though.
I don't know. We got a Pope in the office. I don't know.
It's like I don't even know how to explain that.
The Bulls, the Bulls, the Bulls, the Bulls. Do you think he's a Bulls guy?
Oh, he's got to be
You think he's watched Zach LaVine poop down his leg for 2 years
for sure.
while in Peru? People forget he was in Peru for 25 years.
He was
You think he's tapping in Peru?
for sure.
That's kind of
He's
funny, though, that on Sundays, the Pope is going to be sweating the
That is gonna be fucking awesome. I can't.
Do you
wait.
think he knows about the Derek Carr news? Do you think he's shocked that Derek Carr retired?
I'm sure.
Do
It
you
actually
think-
is crazy.
Do you think he got elected Pope and the next day woke up to Noti and was like, Derek Carr retired? He went, wow.
I mean, dude, I'm actually shocked that Derek Carr retired. His injury must be way worse than they were leading it on to be, because I feel like he's a guy that would never leave the game of football until he like had to.
I agree. Happy birthday, Crypto. MP said it's his birthday today. Happy birthday, Crypto.
Come on, happy birthday.
Yeah, no, that situation was weird. I don't know what you do now. I guess
He
it's,
did fuck them.
that might be the worst quarterback room now. Spencer
Dude, and they
Sanders and
have
Tyler
good-
Shuck.
Yeah, good thing they drafted O-line for no quarterback.
Good thing they drafted O-line and Tyler Shuck. I
Also,
saw a
how
video
is
of
his
him
name
throwing at
Shuck?
practice. He looked
How
bad.
is that name Shuck? How do you pronounce it like that?
Yeah, he's missed.
It's literally show or shog. Shuck?
Yeah, I'm gonna call him Show.
Show.
I'm not throwing
Show's
the
cooler,
CK
too.
at the end.
Definitely a cooler name.
It's like calling Christian Brown or
Brown.
Christian Brown.
Yeah.
What is that?
It is Braun, but it's Brown.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
I used to call him Christian Brown. People be like, it's actually Brown.
Dude, his
Okay.
brother was on Mizzou and people used to call him Braun.
Good.
He
I'm gonna
fucking
make a
sucked, his
commitment
brother
to saying names the way I want to say it. And Tyler Show, I refuse to call him Show.
Yeah, sourdough. Sour shuck or sour duck. Is that what that would be? Sour duck?
Yeah, sour duck. Can I get some sour duck bread? No, but if you're a Saints fan, you're in this. Like, move on. This year's
Well,
over.
it's Arch Manning.
Yeah, but the year's
If
over.
he leaves, yeah, it's done. It's already over before. Dude, I'm so happy.
Another
we get
year
to
of Alvin
We get to
Kamara.
play them this year. And I was like, actually, like, kind of like, okay, this could be a game, kind of. But now, I mean, let's go. We have a bye week.
This is another year of Alvin Kamara touching the ball 30 times and almost passing away every
They're
time.
going to trade him. I would assume they're going to get rid of him now. I mean, there's no reason to keep him. Literally no reason.
I do love being a part of a fan base. It's so delusional. The minute that Josh, I'm not kidding. The post said 1 minute. This massive Jets fan. I felt a quote here. He goes, "We need to start trying to get Chris Olave off that roster now." It's like, dude, it's not even been a minute since the guy hung up the cleats, and you're trying to get Olave.
Yeah. I mean, dude, fucking, I wouldn't be mad about going to get Kamara. I'd take him.
I'd take Kamara.
I'd
too.
take him.
If you're Alvin Kamara, you got to be just.
Yeah.
I mean, like you gotta have no desire to pull up to that training
Zero.
facility.
Literally zero. Literally zero.
He's playing on the Charlotte Hornets of the NFL now. That's what they got, dude. That's literally what they got, dude. That's
Pretty
what
much.
they got.
Pretty much.
Like if you're Alvin Kamara, you're losing another 2 years off your life this year if you stay on the Saints because you're touching the ball 20 times
think-
and you're gonna get hit
I think
so
they have to
hard.
get rid of him. Like, there's no, like, you might as well get something for him now because he's going to play this year. He's going to get hurt or you guys are going to suck. Either one possible. There's just no reason to not get rid of him.
That would be one of the first player holdouts where I'd go, I get it.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Wow, we
All
got almost no
Yeah.
time left. I'm
gonna
so
run.
sorry.
I'm going to the bathroom really quick.
Yeah, I'll
Go
talk
through your
NHL.
plays and I'll go through my plays.
All right, I'll talk NHL.
All right, bet.
We moved to the ice, where I've actually been kind of nails giving out plays. I picked the Capitals at plus chick the other day, and looking at today's game, I wouldn't hate a shout at the Capitals plus 1.5. I know your empty netters in the playoffs are a nightmare, but the playoffs are a nightmare. But I don't know. Does this not seem like a very expensive price to pay for a Carolina Hurricanes team in a game that I think is going to be close? I don't know if I'd pay 265 cents a juice for the Hurricanes today. And if you're telling me I can get minus 120 on the Capitals 1.5, maybe the books tell you. Maybe the books are telling you the Capitals are going to get smoked. But I feel like hockey is one of those where you can take a bite at plus chicken and you're going to get closer than you would in other sports. And I think you could take a plus 1.5 here with the Capitals and feel comfortable. Obviously, an empty netter would suck soul, and that's basically the only thing that would suck soul. But I mean, people are saying Skinner is a net, and that is nightmare moose scenario. So maybe you don't. Maybe you just take the Hurricanes. I'd be more inclined to take the Capitals plus 1.5. Might have to get the Krabs report when he pulls up to the office. So stay tuned on that. I don't know if I'll get to the table. I'm going to put my bitch boy boots on and take the Oilers again and this over. I just love taking dude, betting on guys like Rantanen and Connor McDavid right now in the playoffs. Like, I am just Skinner's the Oilers. Yeah, I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm not even going to hold it. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I just thought Skinner was the goalie for the Cat. Like, give me the Capitals plus 1.5 the Oilers. And I'm not even going to give you a reason. I have no idea what I'm talking about. I'm trying to get into hockey, Josh. I just have no idea what I'm talking about. Like, I'm trying to at least give them a little bit of nibble to hang on to if they want to tail me. I have no idea what I'm talking about. Give me the Capitals plus 1.5 in the Oilers, and I'm pretty sure if you go back and look at my hockey bets, I've been nails. Nails.
I mean, that's better.
Also, Josh, I just want to talk about this. I don't get enough credit for this. And I want you to hear what I'm about to say. I want you to hear what I'm about to say, and I want you to internalize it and just tell me if you are as shocked as I am.
Okay.
According to the Bookit tracker right now, I'm up 15 units, hitting 50.94% of my total bets. And my PODs in 2025 are 23-10, hitting at a 69% clip, up 12 units. If you've been tailing the pods, I'm actually like not a bad bettor. Like, I might not seem smart, and I definitely don't come off as very smart, but I'm actually not that bad at wagering.
Yeah, dude. If you
23-10, 12-10 PODs.
Yeah. I would not think that that's the case. I'm not going to lie.
That's so rude.
I mean,
Josh's PODs in 2025, 14 and 23.
They're so bad. That's what I thought it was pretty good.
Josh is down 22 units.
I'm just hot recently. That's what it is. It's recency bias. That's what it is. Dude, I literally went on like a streak of like 15 in a row, I think, losing.
Yeah, that was tough.
If you scroll down a little bit, you'll see them.
You can check the Bookit tracker. Every play is tracked. Like yesterday, I went 3-3 on trades, and I lost the parlay. POD is 23-10. That's not too bad.
That's good. I mean,
in classic Jovan, he just wants a one-man, one game. I'm 0-9, down 9 units. He just always wants to take you out at the knees, dude. Guy like Jovan, he just wants your knees out.
I
wants your knees on the ground.
I was curious. I was like, are they still tracking my shit? And I was like,
they
there's
are.
no way it's that bad still.
Oh, they are.
Because I knew it was bad. But then I thought that was getting hot recently, which I definitely was.
Oh, they are.
It hasn't gotten much better.
Oh, they are. No, but I've actually I'm doing pretty good wagering, Josh. So why don't you give me the Capitals plus 1.5 in the Oilers, and I have no idea what I'm talking about. How about that, huh?
Sounds good.
I POD'd. People forget the Capitals plus 142. Got no love for it in the chat. Fucking smacked in the jaw. All right, self-recording baseball guys. Josh, go ahead. Take my hand.
Let's go to the Tigers game.
Ooh, the Tigers.
And let's take the Red Sox.
Oh, okay. I took the Red Sox plus chicken yesterday. Worked out. I like that too.
They're minus 125 today on road, which I think is pretty telling against Job.
You know, it's pretty telling that the best pitcher in baseball is plus 144, plus 140. How bad you got to be to have Paul Skeens to be plus 140?
Dude, they're talking about trading him already. I've seen some shit about him being traded.
People forget about Trent's POD North Texas plus 9.5. They lost by 40.
Insane. They were down 9. They weren't covering in that game in 45 seconds. 45 seconds in, they weren't covering that game.
I missed the coin toss.
Yeah, dude, the Mets might be a mega whale today.
Okay.
I also think the Cubs. I mean, Cubs minus 1.5, minus 120. Dude, like Cal Quantrill, might as well not even lace him up, brother. It's gonna be a tough day for you. I think this is when the Cubs get like really hot starting the series for the next like 6. I mean, we've had the toughest schedule in the entire MLB up until this point, and we're still I think 5 or 6 games over 500.
Mm-hmm.
And this is like when we're actually going to build that lead in our division, I think. And I mean, the Marlins are fucking terrible.
I like that you're tapped in on the Cubs, dude. It feels good
So tapped on the Cubs.
because I'm not tapped in at all.
So tapped.
Josh, over of the day.
Over of day?
Could do the Knicks game. I think that goes over.
I can't.
We
Yeah.
could pick up. I feel like our
I
over
just
of
don't
the day
like
is
those
good on
NBA
the
games.
diamond.
I don't like the NBA
I
games
got
because like those games, I could actually the over could be chalked in the first 5 minutes.
I'm with you. I think we stay on the diamond for our over of day.
Let's
Our
go.
OD.
Let's go to the Giants and Diamondbacks over 8 with Verlander and Merrill Kelly on the bump.
Okay.
Verlander played pretty well last game. I feel like the Diamondbacks have the bats to touch him up a little bit.
Dude, I'm also not a weird squares kind of guy when making my wagers by looking at prize picks, but I will say there are some Diamondbacks guys that have been ice cold that are up for some normal squares. I wouldn't mind taking a shot at the Diamondbacks
I don't hate
ML
that
today
either.
too,
I don't
man.
hate that either. Do not hate that.
PODs before we go to prize picks. I'm gonna go Cubs team total over 4.5. You sold me.
Let's go.
Do you like that?
I love that.
Okay.
POD from me.
People forget I got Soler to squeak yesterday. Thanks, Max. In the YouTube chat.
POD from me. Ooh. Ooh.
I never POD the Knicks page.
I'm going to go to the Red Sox.
Okay.
Red Sox MO. And you're taking Cubs over 4.5?
Can we do a late night gangbang Diamondbacks? Would everyone be down for that?
Yeah, we should.
Can we get a up and moving TMA gangbang? Diamondbacks, money line, late night. Everyone just get your meat out and we'll go late night with the Diamondbacks
Yeah.
in GTA.
Yeah.
Shout out the old gangbang, the snake orgy. Yeah. Can we get
Snake.
Jovan up moving on the snake orgy? Can we snake orgy tonight? Is everyone down to orgy with some snake?
What does that even mean?
I don't know, but I like it. I love it, dude. Let's just go gangbang in San Fran.
Cubs over 4.5.
All right, Josh, let's do a little prize picks and then get the people out of here. Guys, my prize picks lineup today. I know people have been liking the early morning, or maybe that's just a narrative I built in my head. But my early morning prize picks is in fact OG and a newbie fantasy with Julius Randle more than threes. That's my early morning prize picks. I am not going to lie to you, too. My favorite square of day, if we were to do prize pick PODs, is Buddy Hield more than 13.5 points. And I paired that with Jalen Brunson 27.5. Those are the two pieces that I like today. But Josh, let's go ahead and get a prize picks up and moving. What do you like?
Buddy.
What are you liking today?
I mean, we have to go to a Cubs player.
Okay. Could be.
You know who I want
I'm
to
not
go
going to force
to?
it, but it could be.
No, I don't think it is. He's coming off injury. He's hurt.
Okay. I like that you know who I'm talking about.
So I don't know. I'm not positive that he's playing today. He
Okay.
probably won't. But the guy that's going to take his spot, Mr. Pete Crow Armstrong.
Ooh, you do like some PCA.
Give me his hitter fantasy more than 6.5. He soared over it last game, but there's no reason if he's hitting leadoff in this game that he doesn't get a hit and a steal, at least.
I will tell you what, his profile picture on Prize Picks just scared the moose out of me.
Yeah, he looks scary. Dude, him and Tyson Bagent, they have pictures of them next, like side by side. They are literally the same person.
Brothers.
They look identical.
I'm going to go Josh Naylor, hits, runs, RBIs, late night Diamondbacks.
Okay.
Weird chart. Hasn't done the last two. Up for normal 1.5. Thank you, ma'am. That's your TMA 2-piece. Quick announcement. We are doing some spring cleaning over here at Bookit. We're getting ready for the upcoming year, so there will be no streams the rest of today, potentially unless there's a night sweats, and there will be no TMA, BTL, or Surge the next 2 days, Tuesday and Wednesday. I think there's going to be a little Twitter space with Jovan. I didn't say a little demeaning. With Trent, Lauren, and Jovan potentially today when we wrap. But we need to do some spring cleaning. We need to get our affairs in order moving into this new office. We got everyone coming down for the first time, and we're going to get some stuff set up for the new year that we're really, really, really excited about. So there will be no shows Tuesday and Wednesday, although the potential of night sweats every day is there. Everyone's saying that's good for content, right? Yeah, we need to get our business affairs set and ordered. All right?
Mm-hmm.
All right?
All right.
We're in the spring. You guys can figure out your moose shit wagers without us. How about that, huh? No, I'm just kidding. But make sure you're looking at everyone's socials if you want the plays. I'm sure we'll find out a way to squeak some stuff for you. There will definitely be a night sweats at some point this week as well.
Yeah.
I did want to give a quick shout out to the BTL boys for the 24 hours.
Come on. We'll still probably do night sweats most days.
Yeah, we'll probably do night sweats
would
most
guess.
days. But there will be a spaces today, I believe. They're going to try. But that is the announcement. So no, there will be no TMA tomorrow or Wednesday, no BTL tomorrow or Wednesday, and no surge tomorrow and Wednesday. Potential of night sweats every night, though. So just relax. All right, Josh, say goodbye to the people.
We'll be. Have a great Monday. Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.
Go Cubs.
I'm in for the Cubs today. All right, Chad. We end every episode with a little bit of inspiration, a little bit of motivation. And here's what I wanted to talk about today. Welcome back to Mikey Core. I'm going to try to keep this one a little quick. I wrote something down for today because I think Mondays can be very challenging, but I think it was a really great quote that I heard from Tom Brady, and I just wanted to talk about it really quickly. I do want to say normally I like to emphasize mental health on these, and I don't think I've done a great job of that the last couple episodes, and I just want to say that if you are dealing with something, if you are fighting through something, please get help. I encourage you to get help. I do therapy once, sometimes 2 times a week, and it has been a blessing. I journal. I do everything that you probably think is weird and soft, and I do it, and I absolutely love it. And just understanding, I think we talked about it last week on Friday, that if you are going through something and you are battling something, it's going to be a process. You're not a lesser person because you feel like you can't get through the day. You're not a lesser person because you woke up sad or angry or because you just feel like this day is not your day. You're not a lesser person because of that. It's a process. And I think when you start embracing that process of maybe I'm not going to feel my best tomorrow, maybe I'm not going to feel my best today, but I'm not going to let that affect how I treat the people around me. I'm not going to let that affect how I love the people around me. I think that's where you turn that corner. But I want you to know you're going to get through it, and you can get through it. You have the legs to get through it, and I know you can. But this is the quote I wanted to talk about today. Tom Brady was talking about something his dad said to him. And it's that fish don't just jump in the boat. And I think waking up on Mondays can be so hard. Mondays can feel like the hardest day of the week. You can dread Mondays. Mondays can be a point of contention in every single person's life. And I think this idea of fish don't just jump in the boat. When you go fishing, you don't just roll the boat out there and expect them to jump in the boat. You have to work for it. And I think for me, I wake up on Mondays now after hearing a quote like that, wanting the Mondays. I want to go get these fish in the boat. And I know Mondays can be so depressive. They can put you in a hole where you're like, oh my God, dude, like this is just the weekend flew by. Now Monday's here again. And I think this just idea of if you want it, you got to go get it. And you can get it if you want it. It just comes down to how hard are you going to try. And I think on a Monday, let's try, dude. Let's try. Let's get these fish in the boat. Let's wake up excited on a Monday to get these fish in the boat. And let's work our ass off so that we enjoy the weekend. And we enjoy the rest of the week, and we start Monday on a good note. Let's do what the Knicks don't do, and let's start the week well. Let's play hard in the first quarter. Let's play hard in the second quarter. And let's enjoy our days off when we get them, but let's wake up excited for Monday. I love you guys so much. I love you. If you haven't heard that today, I love you. Take one step forward for me. I know how hard it can be to take a step forward in life. We're going to take steps backwards. That's just the reality of the situation, and you guys have seen me do it more days than not. But I think we've learned through doing this show that the strength comes from the attempt of taking that step forward, not the result. And if we can just be the stronger person to attempt to take that step forward every single day, we're going to be better this time next year. We will not see you here tomorrow morning. I know that's upsetting, but I love you guys so much. We just got a lot of stuff to take care of. I wish you the best. We'll see you here on Thursday, though. A Thirsty Thursday. How about it? I did hit a parlay this weekend, Josh. Can I hear that one time? Come on. Have a great rest of your week. We'll see you on Monday. I love you guys so much. Your support has been so phenomenal these past couple of weeks on the show. We really feel like we're finding a good groove. And I just really appreciate that you guys take time out of your day to hang out with us, even if the takes are annoying, even if I make you angry. Hopefully we made you laugh. Hopefully we made you smile. I love you guys so much. You have no idea. Have a great rest of your day. We'll see you on Thursday.